here we go. We're getting into our next series. We're getting into the grand finals, into our TVP, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Lockdown. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss player himself. We have the Danish Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the red Terran player. The red Terran, we have the South Korean Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. And also, if you believe that Protoss had as much of an advantage of a Terran this patch, then you would also think that Clem would still play Protoss against Terran. There's more at play there. There's more at play. Important to bear that in mind. But regardless, we're getting to our grand finals, and if you're in the chats, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open, and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our grand finals, best of 5. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Super Kaito in the chats. Papi, este Super Kaito. Subscribing for 50 months, papi, 50 months. Let's go, papi, let's go. Vámonos. Clem just played 2 base against Cyril. Yes, if you missed it, I do recommend watching the VODs. We did cast the PiGosaur Cup finals, of course. See Jason in the chat. So I recommend watching the VODs, cast the finals. But Clem, of course, I mean, winding it back, that's the meta of TVZ right now is hyper aggression, but this is not about TVZ, this is about TVP. Now coming into this matchup here, I'm curious to see how MaxPax is playing. If you know anything about the channel, we mainly cast the Korean/Americas Open Cups. So we cast What is TV Mondays, KSL, Sparkling Tuna Cup, PiGosaur Cups, but we don't get to see Monday Night Weeklies, and I would say that's typically where MaxPax is most prevalent. So I haven't really been seeing too much of MaxPax as of late. I haven't been seeing too much of his PvT or PvZ over the past 2 weeks, as MaxPax has been more inactive in PiGosaur Cup this kind of for the past couple of weeks. So I'm curious to see how he plays out this matchup. When it comes to PvT, I would say that early game is in favor of Protoss. We've been seeing a lot of Terran players struggle in the early game. We were going over this when we were casting Hero versus Bunny earlier today, and also yesterday as well. When it comes to the PvTs with Classic and with Hero and with a lot of the Korean Protoss players, they've been all hyper aggressive against Terran. And if you watched GSLCK this week, you would have seen Trap all kill the Korean scene. Trap, he trapped the Korean Protoss. He took down Cure, Maru, and Beyond. And Innovation. He took them all down. And if you watch those games, a lot of it was early game aggression. Now, when I say early aggression, I mean proxy pylons, proxy gateways, 3-gate openers, proxy stargates, proxy robot, like a lot of like hyper aggressive early game. And I bring this up just because MaxPax doesn't really strike me as an early game aggressive player. He's very much so like more mid game focused, like mid to late game is MaxPax. And if that's the case, then he's kind of like missing out on like a big part of PvT right now, which is early game aggression. So eyes are on MaxPax. We'll see how he plays. We'll see how he opens up. We'll see how he's embracing the current patch. But I do recommend it if you missed it. We casted GSLCK. Trappy all killed all the team Korean Terran. It was crazy. Knocked them all down. But as you mentioned, like it was based off of like early game aggression, a lot of like early game play. Behind this, we do have our 1-1-1 setup here at Akira. MaxPax just going for his own Twilight Council in the blink. Throws out his second gateway. And from here, we could just go 2-gate blink into a third. Now, 2-gate blink has become a lot more stronger in the recent patch. The rationale for this is because of the increased production of regular gateways once you create the upgrade. But oh, never mind. Oh, who is it? Is it me? Oh, it is. That's not good. So earlier we had to leave one of the games between Hero and MaxPax. We are having a bit of a lag spike. Hopefully it clears up. Otherwise, we will leave the game. For now, though, that is the third gateway. That is catching me off guard. So typically, if you want to play economic and standard, 2-gate is all you need. Going up to 3 gateways and warping in warp gates tells us that MaxPax wants to be aggressive. And we're expecting a proxy pylon. For now, MaxPax is reinforcing. There it is, yeah. So we're waiting for the proxy pylon. Proxy pylon gets thrown down. Again, 3 gateways here is very abnormal, so it is going to be 3 gate aggression. It is going to be early game aggression here from MaxPax, and we'll see what he can get done. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to specifically lockdown, we spoke about this in the last game, but 2-base defense is stronger on this map because of this ramp, right? This is not normal. Not every map has this anymore, but having a ramp here does make it more difficult to push in, to push up, and to try to break this position. So this map is going to be favoring Cure when it comes to defensive play. MaxPax, he rotates over. He's looking for a way in. Remember, MaxPax has blink. Ooh, the Who Station does distract. Bunker's going to be going down. Late reaction, late repair. Yeah, late repair. Bunker does fall. And no tanks. Remember, it's a 3-max. No tanks behind this. SCV is going to be going down. Nice damage so far here by MaxPax. Yes, 1, 2, 3 SCV kills. 1 Stalker does go down. But these are still better trades for MaxPax. Behind this, third base. Third base is on the way. So 5 SCV kills, lost mining time. MaxPax, it looks like he won't be able to kill Cure, but he is still maiming him. He's still getting a lot of damage. So very nice early game here from MaxPax. Again, Cure, he's cutting corners. He's choosing not to make tanks, right? He chose to go into Marauder, not tank production. Tanks would shut this down, but he did skip them. He chose to skip tank production. At the same time, some auto-chat harass, gets 3 probe kills, nice counter damage, getting a couple of probes. But this is a shaky start here for Cure. Shaky. Behind this, charge is on the way, gateway explosion into charge. With our setup here, we'll see how committed Cure is going to be. He's going for his double drop. So far, unscouted. Ooh, spoke too soon. Yeah, spoke too soon. MaxPax will spot this. Cure trying to be active, will not catch a Stalker. But again, the hope was for Cure to get across the map unscouted and to hit the third. Won't happen. MaxPax is racing back home. Cure does least break out. And he does catch a Stalker. Does get 1 Stalker. Oh, we'll lose a Marauder. Yeah, 1 Marauder goes down. Cure pushing in. There is no battery. Not yet. Yeah, Sims on forward. He gets locked down by the force fields, and MaxPax will hold. Yeah, MaxPax is going to hold. He's going to shut this down. The battery will finish. Oof. And Cure behind this, I believe there's still no 3rd CC. Yeah, there's no 3rd expansion. Cure still trying to be active. But it does feel like he's running out of steam. We'll catch 1 Stalker. Yeah, 1 Stalker goes down. Marauders, they do maintain themselves. And as time goes on, we're taking up. Robo's on the way. Robo's on the way into Immortal production, into Colossus, into splash damage. I'm still waiting to see where Cure takes us. No shot we pull the boys. No shot. Oh! Losing a medevac, losing a Marauder. Expensive losses here for Cure. He's going for the Doom drop. He'll be dropping. Back in the main base, there is NG for a recall. Yeah, there is going to be a recall. As long as we don't chrono boost. True. Army does boost in. There's a recall back home. We'll catch a pylon. We'll actually depower. Oh my god, the Artosis pylon! T-powers everything. It depowers everything in the main base. Mine shots, they do punish. Better trades here for Cure, at least initially, but now we have Zealot reinforcements. Yeah, Zealot reinforcements have arrived. This army's going to be cleaned up. At the same time, Cure is pushing towards the 3rd. Cure is moving in. Cure is going to be cleaned up. Recall's on cooldown. True. Yeah, recall is on cooldown, and can Cure get into the mineral line? He's close. Yeah, he is close. He does stem in. MaxPax is racing back. And MaxPax only losing 5 workers here. There was potential for more. Yeah, you can see Curie now realized there could have been more damage. Curie was playing it too scared. Yeah, was playing it too scared. In the end, MaxPax he holds. He still maintains a stronger economy. Behind this, we have a third CC on the way for Cure, but again, it is very... it's much more delayed, much later. Cure was very dedicated on 2 bases. Very dedicated. And from here, MaxPax is out to expand. From here is on 3, soon to be 4 bases. And there it is. The 4th base is going to be on the way. Colossus production has begun, getting into double Colossus production. It's a lot of Colossi. It's going to be a lot of lasers. A lot of lasers. So what happened to Mana's YouTube? Mana's YouTube got hacked. I don't know how. I don't know what Mana's clicking on. I don't. Este Mana. But did get hacked. Hopefully he's able to recover it. Hopefully. MaxPax is moving in. Again, he's got his Colossi. He's ready. Again, he's got his triple Colossus out. Jesus. Getting a 4th Colossus as well. Setting up for his Zelarambai. And we'll see if Cure can hold on. Once again, his army is very biocentric. Very, very heavy on Marines and Marauders. Couple of Vikings in the mix. A couple. Literally 2. Now 4. Oof. Catching out a Marauder. And Marauder goes down. Colossus, they're slowly gaining ground here. More reinforcements on the way. Getting into Archons. I believe there's no ghosts. Yeah, no ghosts, no EMPs. MaxPax is going to move in. He's moving in. Massive swipes on the Marines. SCV is going down. Marines as well. We're getting into the mineral line. Curie just cannot engage, not like this. Oof. And now he goes. The other boys are being pulled. Yeah, boys are being pulled into the Archons. Oh my god. Nice force fields as well. Slowing down the boys, disrupting the army. And MaxPax, he snowballs out of control. He snowballs out of control. He breaks through the main army. GG gets called. And MaxPax, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. MaxPax will take a lead in the series. Again, Cure had a very rocky start. Very, very rocky. Winding it back, if you remember, Cure, he went for a kind of a 3-1-1 setup. He went for non-existent tank production. He did have a safety bunker on the high ground, but basically Cure was being greedy. Cure, he believed that because of the nature of the map, because of the defensive features, he could get away with just bunker and bio production and skipping tanks. He believed he could get away with it. Meanwhile, MaxPax, he went 3 Gateblink Stalker. He did recognize lack of tanks and he was able to punish and pick away at the army. Pick away at the army, pick away at the SCVs. MaxPax had the stronger start, and it isn't just that Cure was losing units early on, but this was slowing down the whole purpose of the build. By going into late tank production and rushing into medevacs and mass marines and mass marauders, the goal is to be active with early drop play. But because it was bleeding out so many SCVs and so many marines as well, it meant that his attempted drop play and his attempted aggression was stifled, right? He was just stuck at home, he was delayed. It was just a very, very messy early game there for Cure, and it all just kind of fell apart. GG. GG, well played. Yeah, the whole purpose of that kind of style is to have this like big bio power spike in the mid game, but he never got there. Never quite got there. And here we go, loading into game number 2. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran, we have the South Korean Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. Yes, from here we are going to be opening up. And once again, welcome to Sanctuary 3. Just like the last game, there is a ramp coming to the natural. So You can be greedy on this map, but we just saw Cure attempt to do so on lockdown, and he got punished for it. He got punished, so, you know, the temptation is there. We spoke about this last time in the Clem series. This is where mind games come into play. Is MaxPax going to go 3-gate blink again? Is Cure going to try to cut corners again? We'll see. But there's temptation to cut some corners, for sure. As for now, Cure here is going to be opening up. MaxPax he comes over the probe scout just to delay, just to disrupt, to scout. Oh, the jigs. Let's go. I'll sit by. Yo, these are the game probes. They're a menace back. Tasing away at the SCVs. And MaxPax is going to force out a third worker. Okay, thankfully not. Thankfully not. Raxel's finished. There we go. Third SCV. Does force out a third SCV, but it's fine. It's just a bit of a dance here in the early game. And MaxPax will open up. From here, Curie does scouts. He's just checking for proxies. Bearing in mind that Cure, he's being greedy this game. If you noticed, no SCV scout. No SCV scout, no Reaper scout either. He went Marine first just to scout early on, checking the further proxy locations, and he's going for the CC on the high ground. Economic opener, but a bit of a safer variation with the CC on the high ground. A little bit safer here from Cure. And we'll see what the follow-up is going to be. We don't expect to see the same build 2 games in a row from either player, so less of a chance that MaxPax goes 3 gates, also less of a chance that Cure does go for a 3-1-1 or the 3 racks. Cure is moving in, and Cure, ideally he's looking for the tech. For now, he does check the expansion. Does see the timing. It ups and moving out. As it ups and moving out, Reaper can move in. And can we catch some probes? It does poke in, Adept's out of position, racing back home to defend. Workers being forced off the mineral line, and can we get one? Oh, not quite. Yeah, not quite, but again, does deny some mining. Denies some mining, it's still successful damage here from Cure, and behind this Cure is going for a 1-1-1 with a mine drop. Okay. So he's going for the mine drop. At the same time, we do see MaxPax poking in, trying to get some vision. MaxPax has yet to get into the main base. He's not fully aware of what's going on. For all he knows, it could be like an early tank push. There could be early cyclone play. Does confirm the way to mine. Okay, he knows. So MaxPax is aware. Behind this, going into blink. Second gateway into a third. Oh, 3-gate blink again. Okay. I still stand by what I said earlier, how 2-gate blink is even stronger, and you can just go 2-gate blink into a third, but the third gateway here tells us that MaxPax, he once again wants to be aggressive. He wants to be active, he wants to fight for map control. I don't think he's going to be as successful as last game, but we'll see. As we have our tank follow-up. Mine drop is coming. Again, a very different opener this time, just a 1-1-1 mine drop into tanks. Ooh, catching out the first adept. Better pick up out of Cure. As Cure's dropping in. Cure's dropping in. MaxPax is going 3 gates blink into a third base. This time MaxPax does not set up a proxy location. So it looks like this variation of 3 gate is safer play here from MaxPax. So it's being safer. I believe MaxPax, he saw the tank. Reaper into the main. Gets surrounded. Yeah, Reaper is surrounded. Mine drop is headed for the natural. Not quite. MaxPax setting up for the proxy pylon. He's got his probe out on the map. There's a proxy pylon. Now he can reinforce. But again, he's going for a faster third this time. Oh, and Cure finds it. Very nice. Cure does find the pylon. Curious aware. Behind this, working towards stim, building up more tanks, very secure in 2 bases. This is very standard TVP play. Very, very standard play back here. This is kind of the dynamic you expect. Where you have your Sim City, you have your tank, you have your bio army. The downside here is that it does mean that Kira is stuck at home. He's stuck at home until stim finishes. You have to wait for stim, combat shields, +1, medevacs. MaxPax, he tries to pick in, just testing the waters, pulling away. Mindrop goes into the 3rd, and MaxPax was a reaction. Late reaction! Oh my god, massive connection, 6 probe kills here at the 3rd. Yeah, late reaction by MaxPax, not paying attention. Will zone away the medevac and will kill the Widowmines as a result, but still a better trade for Cure. Again, Widowmine drops, you expect only 2 kills, 1 for each mine. Here we got 6. Now, this could have been more. I don't know if you noticed, but both Widowmines, they did lock onto the same clump. So there could have been more damage here, but regardless, it was still good. Still good. Still fine. As MaxPax, the pressure's now on MaxPax. He's reinforcing. Cure being a little bit cheeky here. MaxPax should spot this drop. And he does. Yeah, it does spot the drop at the same time. Raven harass into the natural, distracting MaxPax. But Max actually should catch the army. Oh, massive loss. Gets 1, gets 2 medevacs. Yeah, 2 medevacs go down. Curie's getting caught out. We'll zone this away, but again, he's bleeding out a lot of Marines here. He stims in, he gets 1, 2 Stalkers, but he will lose everything. Okay, thankfully the Marauders do survive. But some rough trades here for Cure. He's broken out, and behind this, 3rd CC. 3rd CC is almost done. I'm not too in love with the trade that we just saw. It was a lot of Marine losses. But he does force MaxPax back home. Kills the pylon at least, so you could argue that was maybe worth it, is breaking out and breaking down the pylon. As now both players are fighting for map control. MaxPax, he does have a backup probe, a backup pylon. Oh, medevac gets caught. Nice catch on the medevac. Behind this, MaxPax working towards Colossus, not Storm. So second robo, Bay into Colossus production. Raven is distracting. Main army gets spotted. MaxPax getting in position. Does have charge, but no zealots yet. They're just now warping in. Oh, and Curie wants to push in towards the main. Okay. Yes, pushing towards the main base. He's within range of a gateway and a pylon. Is going to be dropping in. I'm loving the minefield that will defend against any kind of zealot run by and zealot aggression. But Curie, he needs more in the main. Yeah, he needs more up here. Just now unloading. The zealots are getting ready for this round. The mines, some of them are not quite in position. Yeah, some of them a little bit too far out. This is decent damage, but we'll see if MaxPax can break it. We'll see if he can break it. Here he comes. Yeah, here come the zealots. They're going to be diving on the tanks. Stalkers, they blink in. They get 1, they get 2 medevacs. Oh my god, the mine shots. Yeah, massive mine connections. And the zealots, they're not enough. Yeah, zealots, they don't break through. And with that, Curie's doing it. Curie, he overwhelms the army, shuts down the zealots, pushing into the main base. And Curie, he has broken MaxPax. That was MaxPax's moment. The minefield here was worth it. I was concerned about these 2 mines, and they never connected. I was like, they're not in position. They didn't need to be. They didn't need to be. It was fine. Army sims in, crippling the production, pushing in towards the 3rd base. There's not enough to defend. The zealots will struggle. The mine shots, they pop up. They clean up the zealots. Curie gets into the mineral line, and MaxPax cannot keep up. Oh, the tank shots though. Oh my god, the tank voice. He gets a Colossus. Yeah, the Colossus goes down. GG gets called, and Cure ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. We tied the series here. Again, a very nice position there out of Cure outside of the 3rd base. Sorry, outside of the main base at the 3rd location. It all came down to that one big fight that MaxPax went for, where he tried to come in for the surround, but again, the minefield was very well set up to protect the tanks, and the Zealot surround, I mean, he didn't get to surround, he didn't get to collapse in, got shut down by the mines. GG. GG, well played. As from there, Cure did snowball out of control. And again, Cure, he had a bit of a stronger start as well. He didn't try to cut corners. He built up his tanks early on. He was able to build up his army slowly on 2 bases and then break out across the map. He was not all in. He did have a 3rd CC behind it, but he just found so much damage as MaxPax couldn't stop Cure from setting up outside of the main base. He was unable to keep up. And with that, we're going to be loading into game number 3, going to be loading into At Attorney's Edge. We're currently tied up 1-1, and we'll see who takes the lead in this series. Loading into this map here, as opposed to the last 2 maps, there is no ramp coming into the natural, so much more exposed natural base does lead into potentially some more aggression, but it also has a longer rush distance by ground. There's some interesting quirks here. I will say that Cure is going to be pressured to do something similar though. Hyper aggressive 2-base play is what we're expecting. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the we have the blue Protoss player, the Danish Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, being forced into a tied series. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. Now, this map is an interesting map in the map pool. I would typically say this map is Protoss favored for a couple of reasons. One, Terran players, they want to be aggressive in the mid game, as you just saw. Like, that wasn't an all-in, but that was aggressive nonetheless. Like, you want to be active, you want to be aggressive, you want to have the Protoss fight for their 3rd and fight for their 4th base, and you want to put the pressure on as much as you can. You don't want the Protoss player to gain map control. Once they do, once the Protoss player gets up to 4 bases, they get a 5th, 6th base, they max out, they gain map control, they overwhelm the Terran, they contain them on a low base count. That dynamic of TVP has not changed. So if the Protoss is able to take over the map, then the Protoss can't really do much. Now, the scary thing about At Attorney's Edge is that it does favor whoever has map control even more than regular maps. Why is that? Gold. There's a gold base, and there's not just one, but there's also 2 high-yield gas bases as well. The Terran player should never take this. Like, the Terran player, like, no shot that they can ever, like, take these expansions. These bases, they typically fall under the control of the Protoss in the mid to late game. So the moment that the Terran player loses momentum, and the moment that they're stuck at home and that they can't be active anymore, bam, gold base in favor of Protoss, high yield gas in favor of Protoss, then they max out, they snowball out of control, they just send waves of zealots at you, and it can be a very, very difficult dynamic here. So because of that, there should be a lot of pressure on Cure to be aggressive early to make sure that these bases don't come into play. So for now, double gas. Double gas opener, faster factory. This time, Cure is going for a delayed expansion. So later expansion, earlier tech. Because of this typically earlier aggression, this can lead into, say, Cyclone drop play, Tank drop play, Reaper Hellion, of course. This could even lead into early Cloak Banshee play. Like, you can mix in Banshees, you can go for committed mine drops as well. The mine drop opener was pretty good from Cure last game, so we might go back into that as well. More committed with more mines. Cure has options. Cure, he does have options. We'll see. So now MaxPax is going to be settling in. Standard open out of MaxPax, nothing crazy. So far, every game, MaxPax has been going 3-gate blink. Game 1, he was more aggressive and more committed. Game 2, he got a faster 3rd. But it has been purely 3-gate blink so far. Again, if we were casting Hero, we spoke about this at the start of the series, if you remember. I spoke about how a lot of the Korean Protoss players have been more aggressive in the early game, like with proxy gateways, proxy pylons, proxy stargates, proxy robo, for example, like 3-gate 1-base all-ins. MaxPax isn't really embracing any of that, so that does kind of take a lot of pressure off the mind of Cure as well when it comes to the early game. As MaxPax, he's a little bit more one-note. As we mentioned though, like MaxPax, his main strength is typically like mid to late gameplay. He's a very different kind of Protoss compared to Hero, right? Compared to Hero, compared to Zaun. Very different. He's more on the Showtime axis, if you will. He's on the... So Reapers I pick in. We do have Hellions towards the left-hand side, Reapers towards the right. Reapers are distracting the main. Nice KDA charge. Gets one, gets two. And 1, 2, 3 probes going to be going down. Hellions, they get into the mineral line. There's nothing to kill. Yeah, there's nothing to kill in the natural. There is no saturation. Reapers, they get cleaned up. And this is still going to be up to 4. Yeah, 4 probe kills. It's not a bad start for Cure. It's okay. For some context, that was 4 probes for 3 Reapers. Right, 3 Reapers were thrown away for that. So almost a 1-to-1 trade. The Hellions are still alive. They can still threaten. Behind this, the follow-up is going to be a 2-on-1, soon to be a 3-1-1 setup. Oh, okay. So it's going to be Reaper Hellion into Mine Drop. So we're going for the Mine Drop follow-up. Cure trying to keep up the pace. We'll see if MaxPax can react in time. Now, ideally, you want the Hellions to distract while the Mine Drop comes in, but these Hellions are very low. They're very low on HP, so I don't know how successful they're going to be when it comes to distracting. Oh my god. As they run into Stalkers. I mean, they're keeping them busy. True. Stalkers are being kept busy. Drop is coming in. So drop it. There we go. Hellions, they get cleaned up, and do we react in the main? Oh, he does. Yeah, he does warp in, does react. He pulls into... He's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. He'll lose 1, he'll lose 2. He'll lose 2 probes. Nothing crazy. Nothing wild. My heart stopped when he pulled into the mine, Pappy. But it'll clean up. Clean defense overall. Did lose some mining time, but it's fine. Only 2 probes going down. Tank is ready back at home, and Cure, he's secure at his natural. What about the main? MaxPax is looking for a way in. Behind this, Prism is on the way. MaxPax could go for the Robo before the 3rd. True. Oh. Did go for the early Robo. He can drop into the main. Main base is much more exposed. We have 2 tanks at the natural here. Yeah, Cure now repositioning. Let's reposition. Add-ons are safe. And Cure holds. So as it settles here, I want to say that Cure's in a decent position. He's been able to hinder the economy. The 3rd base is a little bit later for MaxPax because of the earlier tech and the heavier gateway count. So 3-gate blink into the Robo into a later 3rd. MaxPax is not out of this yet. You can see MaxPax is reinforcing. And if he sees an opening, he will go for it. So it's going to be looking for an opening. Whether it's a tank, whether it's a bunker, whether it's add-ons. MaxPax is sharking around. We have the warp in here on the left-hand side. Oh. Cure getting a little bit ambitious. He's got to be careful. MaxPax, he wants to dive. Yeah, he wants that tank. Won't get it there. Yeah, he will not get it. Pulls away. Reinforcements from the main. Cure, he breaks out, and the Observer will spot this. Yeah, big scout with the Observer. MaxPax is fully aware. Cure, he knows he knows. He knows, Pappy. As Cure moves out, MaxPax is moving in. He's going for the backstab. Ay. We'll snipe the medevac. Medevac goes down. Zealot's into the mineral line. SV's going to be falling, and Cure gets punished for the move out. Yeah, he gets punished. There's a recall back home as well. And that's going to be 3 SCV kills. Cure does not turn around. He commits. We're setting it. Cure is pushing across. Meanwhile, warping into the main. Decent split there with the Zealots. Back at home, MaxPax just has to survive. And Storm is done. Oh god, Storm is complete. Storm is ready. Curie's all in. Curie's all in. And this goes into what we said at the beginning of the game. Remember how we said that 2-base aggression is going to be expected on this map because late game is 2 Protoss favorite. Oh my god, the Storm! No, the Storms! He stands in the... He stands in the Storms. The Storms are crazy. They're brutal. With that, the 3rd base may go down, but heavy losses here for Cure. Zealots are coming in, and MaxPax, he will completely clean this up. He will lose the expansion at least, but he will clean up the army. Yeah, it cleans up the army. Again, those Storms are brutal. Brutal Storms. MaxPax, he will lose the entire mineral line, though. That's 14 probe kills, so Cure, he still trades okay. Imagine if he didn't stand in the Storms. Imagine. Like, Cure, he's in this. He's in this. Killed a base and the entire mineral line. Kira's been watching too much Clem. True, true. Oh. Has MaxPax coming for the counterattack. At the same time, dropping to the main. Viking is ready. This time we have the Viking. MaxPax moving in. He has one storm. Yeah, he has a storm. He's holding onto it. Sniping a medevac. Nice pickoff. Oh, the mind shot though. Gets one. Mind shot goes off. Prism should go down. One more volley. Yeah, it takes out the Prism. Doesn't deny the warp in though. Oof. Yeah, warp in did complete. MaxPax has a massive army. He's holding on to 3 storms. Nice mind shots. Yeah, it's nice mind connections. That's a first storm. There's 1. There's 2. There's 1 left. 3. Ah, that was premature. Yeah, a bit of a premature storm. MaxPax is out of storms. Has to back off. Yeah, has to back off. Has to pull away. Kira, he wants those High Templar. He wants them. He gets 1. Ooh, barely not. Clutch save. Clutch morph. It does morph in. He still gets the Archon. Yeah, the Archons, they still go down. Heavy losses from MaxPax. Losing both Archons. We're getting messy. Yeah, we're getting messy here. MaxPax going for the backstab. Meanwhile, nice read here by Cure. He's in position. Can he catch out the Prism? Can he catch him? Oh, he can. Does zone him. It does zone away. Still very tense. Landing of the 3rd CC. He got a 3rd base throughout all that. That's crazy. He got his 3rd. He can saturate Baffy. And it's still quite tense. Oh, the blink. Yeah, blink gets punished. Cashing out a Stalker. Meanwhile, reinforced with 4 High Templar. That's soon to be 4 Storms. I think there's 3 so far. Yeah, there's 3 so far, but there's about to be 4. Just gathering energy. Prism into the main. Viking. Ooh, they're on move command. No, the Vikings! We're on move command! And now turning around. Mine drop into the natural. Burrow! Burrow the mine! No! Yeah, mine doesn't quite burrow. Kira's distracted. High Templar, they deny the 3rd. Yeah, they deny the 3rd base. Widow Mines have been cleaned up. Minimal losses. Again, we're getting very messy. It's a messy game. From both sides. We be messy. Security expands here on the south side. Claiming his 3rd. Secure. I mean, he's building up quite an army. Ghost production has begun. Speaking of Ghosts, Colossus also on the way, so both players are taking up. Oh, as MaxPax will take a mine to the face. Storm does graze Marauders more than anything. And Marauders, they lead the charge. They can tank. Nice EP. Very nice EP catching out 1 High Templar, but there's still 3 left. There's still 3 behind this. Gotta respect the Storms. MaxPax getting ready for a counterattack. Going for the run by. There is a bunker ready. Yeah, the bunker is ready. Cure, he still only has 2 Vikings. He wants a High Templar. And he gets 1. Not bad. 1 Templar goes down. Ghosts are moving in. Prism coming in for the counterattack. Another Zealot run by on the right hand side as well. That bunker will defend. But the Prism making its way into the natural. Ah, their units. Wow, their units to defend as well. Prism goes down. Massive pickup. Cure can focus on the main push. They can focus on the push instead. Does what the Colossus. Ooh, Storm lands. Oh my god. Once again, he takes almost max damage from the Storm. Goes back through it. Army is low. And can he get on top of the Colossus? Does EMP? Another Storm. Yeah, another Storm lands. And there's still 1 more Storm as well. That's the final Storm. Brutal connections. Colossus goes down. And in the end, Cure will be cleaned up. Cure is being cleaned up. A very close fight, but MaxPax does hold on. We do have reinforcements though. Reinforcements are now coming in. Here he might still have enough, bearing in mind that MaxPax, the army that he lost, was much more expensive. He lost all the Colossus and most of the High Templar as well. Like, these were expensive losses for MaxPax. MaxPax is down to 2 High Templar. Down to 2. Right, there they are. So 2 Templar here on the left-hand side. Down to 1 Colossus. So 1 Colossus, 2 Templar, 2 Archons. The Viking count is very healthy for 1 Colossus. So plenty of Vikings. We're doubling down into a 2nd starport. So Curie's going to have plenty of Vikings. It'll help just because MaxPax is going for the 2nd Robo and Curie's backing off. He's backing off, he's pulling away. I feel like there was an opening here to rally and to try to break this position. I do think that MaxPax is very vulnerable at the moment, but Curie decides to expand. That's the main, by the way. The main floats over, Curie's backing off, Curie's expanding. This is giving MaxPax the opportunity to recover and to bounce back in this game. And now he's up to 73 probes. Full 4-base saturation. We are building up. Due to MaxPax kind of stumbling his way into the mid game, though, he can't really apply pressure to the 4th base. Usually you want to apply pressure and you want to hinder the Terran. That's not happening. Oh, we'll take a match up to the face. Ghost going to be coming in. EP lands. MaxPax is being outscaled. Oh, leading out Stalkers. Some expensive losses here for MaxPax. Working on +3. He's making 2 Colossus at a time, but the issue here now is that Cure, he has plenty of Vikings. He has 9 Vikings, fam. He's fine. He already has a healthy Viking count. This is where instead of Colossus, we will need Disruptors. But it can still be okay if we're able to zone away the Vikings. There are plenty of Stalkers. So it all comes down to the engage, to the angle of attack. Gotta be careful. Vikings, they pull away. Cure, he's about to max out. And again, MaxPax, he has not been able to apply any pressure. He hasn't really been able to threaten the bases, threaten the mineral lines. Cure's defense has been solid. But again, a lot of this comes down to just how messy the mid game has been. Storm does zone. So far, just zoning Storms. Army coming from the top side. There's a lot of High Templar here with the main army. Storms are coming in. Oh, lands 1. Ooh, nice EP. Never mind. Yeah, EP lands, but goes to expose. EMPs on the Archons, and a messy angle here for Cure. Yeah, he's being cornered. Cure's being cornered. Storms are coming in. He gets caught out of position, and Cure, he should lose everything here. He does pick up. Yeah, picks up, he pulls away. Dropping into the main base, but again, a messy engage from Cure. Getting completely cornered, losing so much supply. MaxPax is recalling. Recalling to the main. Oof. Cure losing a full medevac. Down to 1 full medevac. And you can see again, Cure plummets in supply. He was not expecting the army to come in from behind, so all of his ghosts were exposed. He got locked in. And Cure is hurting. Cure, he's hurting. He's struggling. MaxPax has momentum. He's moving out across the map. And I don't know if Cure can stop him. I'll be honest. Not anymore. Yeah, the Vikings are on their own. They killed the Prism, but that's a waste of 4 Vikings. Oof. That means there's less to do with the Colossus. So messy engage there from Cure. Cure down to 0 Vikings. Ay, ay, ay. And Colossus, they reign supreme. The lasers, Pappy. The Storm as well. Oh, nice EMP. Nice EMP on the High Templar. Colossus, they move in. Storm does land. It zones away the army. 2nd Storm as well, mainly zoning. Oh, okay, never mind. No, he goes back into the Storm. Yeah, he goes back in. And MaxPax, he should have too much here. He's up to 4 Colossus. And again, there's no Vikings. So the army just steps forward, it breaks on through, boys are being pulled, desperation out of Cure, and MaxPax, he's snowballing out of control, breaks through the main army, breaks through 21 SCV kills. Zealots reinforce. And GG gets called. GG gets called. MaxPax will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth. Very intense, very messy. There were good moments for both players. I would say that Cure, there was a big moment where he had a big advantage. If you remember, I'm referring to the moment where Cure reset the Colossus and reset the High Templar count at the triangular third location. But then he backed off. He retreated. It allowed MaxPax to build back up. I'll say that even post that moment, that Cure still had another big opportunity, but as we mentioned, Cure, he got outpositioned. He pushed on the top side, and we saw MaxPax coming from behind. He came in from behind, he was able to corner Cure, corner him and push him against the wall, and storm the army, come in with the Colossus. Cure got surrounded. GG. GG well played, so was outpositioned in the end. And with that, we're going to be loading into Washout. MaxPax is up 2-1. He's up 2-1 in our series, and he is one game away from claiming the series. Meanwhile, Cure has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. But again, a very intense back and forth, and again, that was just a very messy game in general. Like it was But now we're loading into Washouts. This is an interesting map in the map pool. I mean, I say that there are some unique features to the map, but they rarely come into play. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Washouts, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 2-1. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran. We have the South Green Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. The probes yearn for the mines. Ah, no. I recall the moment you were referring to. Meanwhile, here we go. We have the early SCV being sent out across the map here for Cure. Sends out the early SCV for what should be an eBay block. Or do we go for the... No, never mind. No block. We're going for the proxy racks. Okay. It's time to spice things up, Pappy. Let's go. And meanwhile, welcome to Washout. Washout is, again, has some unique quirks. There are some hybrid bases. You can see here, half gold base on the south side, here as well, and here, and on the top side, we have some hybrid bases. But I say we rarely see this come into play just because it's quite rare to see late game on Washout. It's typically a little more like early game and mid game aggression, and we've even seen that here as well. Now, we do have one gas geyser back at home. We'll see if this is going to be Proxy Reaper or Proxy Marauder. We have the room for the tech lab, so eyes are on Cure. Probe does move in. MaxPax does confirm that the Rax is missing, and it is Proxy Marauder. So Marauders are on the way. Much more dedicated at a Cure. Remember, this is how he knocked Hero out of IM Katowice. The last one that we had. That was in the quarterfinals. That image is burned into my memory. But here we go. The Marauders are amassing. MaxPax, he scouts. He's fully aware, and MaxPax is getting ready in the main. Early Zealots. Third pylon in the main base as well. Okay, so MaxPax is aware. He's setting up. So far, we're collapsing on the Marauder. Nice damage, nice body blocking. Oh my god, the probe. The MVP probe. Very nice body blocking. Bearing in mind, this is permanent damage on the Marauder. Is permanent damage. Zealot pulls away, just buying time for the battery, buying time for the Stalker as well. Another volley off here on the Marauder. Gets 2 more shots off. We are building up to 3 Marauders, but one of them is very low already. Very, very low. See if MaxPax can hold on. I thought EMP disabled blink for a couple seconds. What? That sounds crazy. What? Sounds crazy. God no. Maybe that's a thing in co-op? Maybe? That has never been a thing. EMP is an ability that strips away shields and strips away energy. Blink is not an energy-based ability. That's why you can EMP High Templar, and that can be effective. CP's a strip away shield, strip away energy. You might be thinking of Lockdown in Brood War if you're more familiar with Brood War. But even Lockdown is different. Lockdown is like Stasis Trap. It's like a Stasis Ward where you can lock down a unit. But regardless, Curie retreats. Curie, because of the early game defense, which was very, very nice from MaxPax, Curie just races back home. He races back home, the proxy has since failed, and Curie setting up for his own delayed CC into his own 1-1-1. The game will continue. I would give the edge, though, to MaxPax. I mean, for the most part. Unfortunately, MaxPax, because of his response, his natural base is very delayed. It's a much, much later later natural. Did go for the earlier Robo, now to the Twilight Council. We'll see how our players do kind of evolve here in this game and how we build up into the early game. But it's a very kind of awkward position for both players. So long as they pick in. There's no defensive bunker, so with good enough control, these Marauders, they will go down. Yeah, the tank is still on the way. Deeper falls. Nice pickup. Yeah, it's going to be a tough hold here for Cure. It's going to be tough, it's going to be brutal. Nobody likes the boys being pulled more than the Colossus squad. True, you're not wrong. They love it, Patty. Oh. As the tank has arrived and Cure can finally break out. But again, just sustain some losses here. Losing a depot, losing 2 Marines, losing an SCV, and we're not done. MaxPax dropping into the main. Max actually does pull away. Works in, pulls away. Back at home, we have Blink in production. MaxPax still doing the best he can to disrupt and to delay the economy. Doing the best he can. So once again does rotate around. Oh. Does pull back, does rotate. Getting to the building SCV. And a Cure he can slowly break out. Stim is still in the way, bear that in mind. Cure is going to be breaking out pre-Stim. Oh. Nice catch on the Observer. Shuts down the Observer. MaxPax trying to get ready for a backstab, and Cure, he'll calm down. Okay. He's going to calm down. Waiting for his Metamax, waiting for Stim. Cure, he is currently contained on 2 bases, but we'll see how hard he commits when he does break out. Meanwhile, MaxPax being cheeky does come in from behind. Catching an SCV. Forcing a cancel. Oh my god, that Raven taking a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. And this is all better for MaxPax. Behind this, he's getting a 3rd up and running, fully saturating. Charge is going to be on the way. No splash damage yet. He's going to be reliant on a very heavy gateway composition. Oh my god. Jesus. He's going for a gateway heavy setup. And again, doing the best he can to keep Cure busy. Just keep him busy. Keep him contained. Blink into the main. We can go for the add-ons. Oh. Going for the mineral line instead. Viking tries his own away. And MaxPax. Oh, he gets caught! Yeah, massive catch here. The Viking should catch at the Prism. Prism goes down. Nice pick up here by Cure. Very nice. At the same time, MaxPax coming in from behind. Gets 1 Marauder. And we just pulled the ball. Oh my god, he goes for it. Let's go. 2 base all in. 2 base all in does pull the boys. Thankfully, no splash damage. The base still in the way, so Colossus will not come into play defensively. It's going to be purely a Stalker and Zealot defense. MaxPax, has he been too greedy delaying his splash damage? Can he hold on without it? We have an Armor Shred. True. There is that Armor Shred. Speaking of, Raven takes some hits. Cure's moving in. MaxPax is in trouble. He was trying to hold on to the ramp, but Cure, he does make a pass. Shred the armor. Huh, he gets it. Ooh, does connect with the Zealots. Yeah, it's also going to go down. Tanks are sieging up as well. And Curie's breaking through. Curie's breaking on through, getting on top of the army. He zones away MaxPax. The Natural's exposed. Ooh. Takes out the pylon. Tanks have to push forward. Yeah, tanks are moving in. And MaxPax, he cannot engage. Loving the bunkers. Zealots, they come in from behind though. Okay, gets one tank. One tank goes down. Stalkers, they blink in. The bio army here getting us over the Immortal. And Curie's done it. Curie he has done it. He has broken MaxPax. Takes out all the Stalkers. Takes out the Immortals. The 2-base all-in has succeeded. The Colossus is now finally on the way, but it's too late. It's too little too late. It's too late, baby. It's gonna have one Colossus. Meanwhile, Marines, they bust into the mineral line. More probes going to be going down, losing every single worker here at the third. And GG gets called. Curie, he ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played, as we're going all the way to game number 5. Again, this still goes in line with what we said at the beginning of this game. How it's like, oh, there are these hybrid bases, but we rarely see those hybrid bases taken because typically the game ends by then. It happens here as well. Like, we see a lot of 2-base all-ins here on Washout. I think because players don't want those hybrid bases to actually impact the game or impact the Protoss specifically, and with that, GG. GG well played. Curie does take a lot of control. Again, MaxPax winding it back a little bit. MaxPax, he was being greedy. Hold on. I just disconnected from BattleNet, and hopefully I can get in. Hopefully. No! No shot. I can't connect to BattleNet. It's the ace match, Bappy. Let me in. What's going on? Okay. Jesus. Okay, we're getting in. No. We get in, but we get in a little bit too late, as they have started their game. They are getting into their match. They're getting to the ace match. Oh, what I was gonna say here, what I was about to say was that when it comes to the game itself, MaxPax, he was doing a really great job at containing, at shutting down the proxy, containing his opponent, and MaxPax, he felt like he could get away with delaying his splash damage, going to a gateway heavy start, securing his third base as well, and cutting some corners. In the end, was caught with his pants down by the all-in, by the 2-base play. GG. GG. So we'll try to get a clean feed going. As I say, we'll try to get a dirty feed going. We'll do our best. Okay. So unfortunately, they did begin without us. So we will not be able to be inside of the ace match, which means we can't observe or anything like that, and we won't have game sounds. Shout out to Bomyoja. Bomyoja, he... Oh, Jesus. Very bright. Bomyoja, he is, of course, streaming, casting on his own channel in English as well. And the others were able to get in, but unfortunately, we were left out. Smurge, might be Smurge. Again, I don't know what happened, but we just DC'd from BattleNet, so we couldn't get back in time. But it's all good. It's all good. From here, we're going to be opening up, but welcome to Blackrock. Blackrock is a pretty aggressive map in the map pool. I say aggressive. A bit of a longer rush distance by ground, but specifically the 3rd and 4th bases on this map are much more open. They're much more open, they're much more exposed. So trying to defend and trying to be defensive, specifically on that 3rd location, can be quite difficult. Can be quite difficult. So opening up. So we go. From here, we're opening up. This time there's no shenanigans, there's no proxy, there's no proxy racks or any kind of early gateway aggression. We're slowly building up. It looks like an economic opener out of Cure for the first time in quite some time, so going for a racked expand on location. Economic start, safety bunker as well, so Cure is being much safer here in the early game of Blackrock. Meanwhile, we do see MaxPax going for his tech of choice, going for a Twilight Council opener. Yeah, it does go for the Twilight Council. From here, we're going to be going into Blink. We'll see if MaxPax does go 2-gate Blink or 3-gate Blink. We'll keep an eye on the gateway count. So we are going to be taking up. It is going to be, I believe that's 2-gate Blink into a Robo, so very safe play here by MaxPax. Or no, so there we go, 3rd gateway as well. So 3-gate Blink into the Robo before the 3rd base. So much more dedicated play here by MaxPax. Getting up to 3 gateways. And once again, MaxPax should be able to gain map control, and it's going to be up to Cure to try to defend back at home and minimize losses. We do see that Cure here is going to be going for the Widow Mine Drop follow-up. We have had some mixed success so far this series from Mine Drops. They've been catching MaxPax off guard at some point or another, but it all depends on whether or not there's something else to distract MaxPax. Speaking of, Reaper Hellion. So Cure, he has to keep this Reaper Hellion alive. Preserve it until the mine drop comes in, ideally. We don't want to spend it too soon. He's got to be careful. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for the Warp Prism, again to counterattack. We see MaxPax, he is chasing down the Reaper Hellion, but only with 2 Stalkers. There should be defensive Stalkers in the bases. There should be. As here comes that medevac, jumping into the main base. MaxPax is being distracted. And show us the main. What's in the main? Show us what you got. Yo, shout out to the moopies. Here we go, boosting into the mineral line. MaxPax, he does notice, he does react, and the mine drop should not get much done. Yeah, shouldn't get much done here. I say that, kills 2. Yeah, 2 probes go down. That should not have happened. Should have only been 1. And denies mining for a long time. Oh my god. Yeah, Blink is now complete, so MaxPax, he can minimize losses here. Nice. Oh my god, he catches one of the Stalkers. Miscontrol out of MaxPax. Yeah, he blinked too soon. Did Blink too early. At the same time, Reaper Hellion delaying the expansion. Does delay the Nexus. So a nice start for Cure. Killing 2 probes, delaying the base, catching out a Stalker. There's still 1 Widow Mine left. True. Still 1 mine remaining. At the same time, MaxPax, he does slip into the main. Dropping into the mineral line, catching out 1, 2, 3 CVs. Not bad. I believe there is no stim. Tank trying to reinforce. But, oh, that is 7 SCV kills. Ay. And now we can drop into the natural. Not quite. Yeah, Cure here will defend, but again, some heavy losses for Cure. 7 SCVs. Cure is not done. Oh, okay, so we have Mine Drop into Banshee. I believe there's no cloak. I believe this is cloakless, just a singular vanilla Banshee. Pokes into the natural. MaxPax is ready. And Cure cannot get in. We do see that the second mine did go down. So it did attempt to drop. Did fall. We can see MaxPax going for a faster bay this time. So he's going for the bay into Colossus production. Cure, he's not going for 2-base all-in. You can see the production tab, 3rd CC. So 3rd CC is on the way. So Cure, he's trying to build up into the mid-game. MaxPax doing the best he can to contain. Bearing in mind that MaxPax has no real intention of trying to break the position here for Cure. Just contain. Just keep Cure busy. Keep him contained. Shut down drop play while MaxPax techs up. Does blink in. Blinks in, getting an SCV. Intel's got a worker. Cure trying to break out. Colossus are already amassing. And Cure, he does sneak out on the left-hand side. I don't think the observer saw this. So this may catch MaxPax off guard, as he just spent a warp in. 2 more gates are coming online. What is there at home to defend? It does go for the dive. He does get the tank. Yeah, tank goes down. Can we fill the bunker? Yeah, Kira is a little bit inattentive. Yeah, the bunker's left empty. Does rotate around. And Kira is focusing on the drop. He does him in. Yeah, stims in. There is no recall. Takes down the Immortal. Takes down the Zelts as well. A nice drop here from Kira. But can he get any worker kills? The answer is no. 3 probes. Only 3 probes. So nice defense by MaxPax. At least Kira did catch an Immortal. But he also lost a tank. So once again, a bit of a back and forth. Curie breaks on the right-hand side as well, dropping towards the 4th base. We can see MaxPax, he's trying to respond. Oh, once again, who catches who? Yeah, Curie stims in. MaxPax is in position. Shows some mine shots. Oh! Ooh. Yeah, catching 1 Stalker, just 1. Yeah, Curie picks up. Oh, he missed rallies. No, the rally. Yeah, rallies into the army, losing one of the mines. The other does connect. Dropping to the main base, but messy play here from Cure. We're getting messy. Losing a bit too much. Oh, nice depower there. Oh, gee, the Artosis pylon depowers everything in the main. Yeah, 5 gateways depowered. MaxPax even supply blitz as well, and Cure can finally expand. It can finally saturate. 3rd base is not getting up. We see MaxPax coming from behind. A bunker is empty. Gets into the mineral line. But there's no second force here for MaxPax. So we'll get some SCVs. Oh, actually, wait, the Colossus? What are we doing? The Colossus should not be here. Okay, Colossus pulls away. We can see he's going to lose it. No shot. The Colossus! Does he get away? Oh my god, does not. Yeah, Colossus goes down. Now second Colossus does overextend. Once again, though, the tanks are being thrown away. Yeah, both players losing units here. Colossus gets thrown away, but does get a tank and 2 more Vikings. 17 SCV kills. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Both players are slipping up, but this looks a little bit more... I mean, this is worse for Cure. This is worse for Cure. Losing far too much here. Bleeding out his Vikings. More SCVs going down to the 3rd. Losing 24 SCVs. Did kill 18 across the map, which is not bad. But MaxPax has a lead. He has the worker lead. He has the army advantage as well. Or at least he retained the Colossus. Here he's going to move out. He's trying to. He's trying to be active. So is MaxPax. And you can see the economy now kicking in for MaxPax, now taking a supply lead. Pushing into the bases. Catching out a Viking. And building on more Colossus. I believe the Viking count is still quite low for Cure. I want to say like 3 to 4 Vikings. So still a very low Viking count. Zelts do get into the mineral line, catching up more SCVs. At the same time, the main army moves in. And the Colossus, oh my god, those are thick lasers. Yeah, just locking down the army. Massive swipes here on the bio. Zelts collapse in as well. 1 Colossus goes down. There's still 1 left. Yeah, there's still the Colossus. And that's going to be another mineral line going down. 16 SCV kills. Losing so many SCVs. Yeah, Curie's trying to hold on. And he will get the Colossus. True. Does snipe the Colossus. But the problem here is that Cure, he needs to counterattack. He needs to be active. We need to do something about the economy of MaxPax, and I don't think Cure can. Not like this. As MaxPax is coming in from behind. Looking to collapse on the army. Zealot run by as well. And the issue here is that MaxPax is freely expanding, right? MaxPax is getting a 5th expansion as we speak, getting more upgrades, enjoying his economy. Cure is basically all in. Yeah, he's all in. He's pushing right down mid. Cure is going to lose his 3rd. At this point, it doesn't matter. Like, it's all or nothing. Cure, he cannot defend. Stims across the map. Gotta keep going. MaxPax moving in. We're going for the base trade. We're going for the base trade. This is the best chance here for Cure. Commit to the base trade. He will get an economy. He will get a mineral line. But again, there's still so many more bases out there for MaxPax. That's the big issue here. There are so many Nexi out there. Cure, he attempts to evacuate. Pulls away some SCVs. Does catch a Colossus. Shuts down the Robo. Again, these are some decent pickoffs here, but the main army is still in favor of MaxPax. And he still has a base mining as well. 2 bases mining. Can't say the same about Cure. As Cure, we have the Great Migration. Cure lifts up all the buildings. He's trying to pull out. Oof. Yeah, lifting up his CC, lifting up his Raxes, floating away. Cure scans top left. He does find 1 Nexus, but I believe Cure is not aware of center right. He's not aware. There's a world where maybe he can try to kill the buildings, but you can see that MaxPax is actually moving in that direction. Yeah, he's racing over. He's racing back home to engage with the army. MaxPax heavily supply blocked and no production is powered. True. I would want to see just unit tap. Like, what kind of army do we have to work with here? How many Colossus? As Curious pushing top left. 2. Okay, 2 Colossus. Zell said to collapse in. Liberator's late to siege. Yeah, late to siege up. Liberator's going to go down. Vikings as well. GG gets called. Curie gets cornered. And MaxPax, he will claim this series 3-2. And MaxPax, he will be this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax, he will claim the series. I do apologize that we weren't able to get into that final game. We just disconnected, so they started without us. But regardless, shout out to Bomioja for providing that feed as well. So big shout out to Bomioja as MaxPax, he does claim the series 3-2 to become our champion. Again, when it comes to that game, we did see a very chaotic kind of early to mid game there from both Cure and MaxPax. Cure, he was bleeding out a lot of units. He was also catching some Colossus as well, but it got very chaotic. It got very, very chaotic and very, very messy. A lot of these games were kind of that, were in that way. We're along that vein, and in the end, MaxPax barely takes down Cure 3-2. GG. GG well played. A fun back and forth, though, a dynamic setup here. Congratulations to MaxPax. And when it comes to this event as well, it wasn't just his finals going to the ace match, but also a big shout to Clem for, you know, playing Terran for the first time in over a year. It's been like a year and a half, a year and 8 months since Clem has played TvT. So this week he's been dipping his toes into TvT. I don't know how long that's going to last. I'll be honest. I don't know. I mentioned this before. I don't know if he if he's going to commit to that or not. I would imagine the next hotfix might have might tell the tale there, whether he will commit to Protoss or Terran when it comes to versus Terran. So we'll see if he does return to TvT or not. But it was exciting to see that nonetheless. Likewise, we were also able to feature a hero earlier in the broadcast in that PvP and TvP as well. Do you recommend it? Do you recommend the VODs? Do check it out. Let's go. Doesn't say ground toss is cooked on Reddit. Reddit, it's very rare that anything of value comes out of Reddit. So, yeah. And be careful, because spending time on Reddit also decreases your IQ. So, so be careful. Be careful. No. Cuidado, papi, cuidado. But GG. GG well played. With that, again, MaxPax, he does claim the series. And with that, we're going to be wrapping up with our morning broadcast. Meanwhile, if you want to check out more of our content here and more of the Cranky Ducklings, also before I get ahead of myself, this event is a weekly tournament. Every single week we do have the PiGosaur Cup. Usually Pig is covering this series as well. Usually he's live on his channel, but this week Pig, he is unavailable, but he should be back next week moving forward. Should be back. And usually it's covered by like ourselves, Pig, Bomioja, Dave Testa, Enki, Pacheca, sometimes Rocklets as well. Some of the other community casters. As you can see here, MaxPax took down Yo-Yo early on, took down Hero in the semifinals, and took down Cure in the grand finals as well. Now, when it comes to the rest of our tournaments here and the rest of our schedule, we're going to be live later on tonight. That's going to be in around 6 hours. In 6 hours' time, we're going to be live with the podcast. That is our weekly talk show where we talk all things StarCraft. There's a lot to discuss here this week. Let's have a look here. I know that the SC Historian had an interview with Rainer at Homestory Cup, so we're going to be covering the interview with Rainer. We're going to be covering the Funker interview. Cyril had an interview at My Source of the Game. Comeback TV, they did release a preview of the Comeback Kid, which is honestly really cool, so we're going to be discussing that. The Archon Studios, they did release an AMA regarding the StarCraft miniatures game, so we're discussing that as well. And of course we have big events wrapping up, like RSL was over the weekend, GSLCK wrapped up this week, the Crank Gathers group stage, and more content. So plenty of content, plenty to discuss here tonight on the podcast, so you can check that out. Otherwise, when it comes to our tournament coverage, Thursday evening, we're going to be live with Kung Fu Cup. We have Kung Fu Cup Thursday evening. We have Crank Gathers on Friday and Saturday. That is a big StarCraft Evolution Team League match with Basilisk and Team Liquid and CRHB and Onside. All the big teams are competing in the Crank Gathers tournament. That's going to be on Friday and Saturday. And we have our tournaments over the weekend. MSO on Saturday, STC on Sunday. So plenty of content on our schedule, as you can see. Again, up next, the podcast in 6 hours time. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. If you want to support us, you can follow us here on the Cranky Ducklings, !socials in the chat. You'll get a link to our socials page, to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things Cranky Ducklings. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so if you want some more content, plenty of content over on YouTube. Again, we do cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast. We have the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality. And to be fair, when it comes to the quantity, we are slowing things down a little bit. As you can see, usually for the past like 4 years at this point, we're usually live twice a day, every single day, but this year we're easing up on it. We're easing up. Instead of 14 casts a week, I believe we have 11 casts this week instead. So we're intentionally just like easing up a little bit, slowing things down, just so we have more time to breathe. More time to breathe, more time to rest, instead of 2 casts a day every day. So again, 6 hours until our next cast. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time, whether it's for the podcast or Kung Fu Cup or Crank Gathers or the Wardy TV Monday or PiGosaur Cup or our tournaments, whatever it happens to be. We'll see you there. We'll see you there for it. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up here for the time being. I might just go live on my personal channel for a couple of hours. I did say yesterday that I did want to try to stream a little bit more. Because we cast so much, I rarely have time to stream. Despite the fact that I enjoy laddering, I enjoy playing StarCraft, but I haven't had a proper ladder session in like a year. It's unironically, it's been a long time since I've been able to actually ladder properly, so I'm going to try to force myself to play a little bit more and to stream a little bit more. So we'll go live for a little bit. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Till then, hasta luego. Oh, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. You can support us over on Patreon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time. Ciao. Bye. Ciao. Until next time.